Hello Pisces, I am Ulrich, I'm a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the Lenormand card reading for the month of October 2021 for the sign of Pisces. On the table here you see 9 cards, so we will use the 9 card portrait. You can also see 4 objects here on the table, meaning we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Pisces for the month of October 2021. Now, from these 4 objects, you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. The subject of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. If the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the other videos that follow here also. Now, the matches here represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So Pisces, here we go for your card reading for October 2021. Hello Pisces, and welcome to the shell or the water group for October 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that 27 September up to 18 October, Mercury is running retrograde, meaning this is not a good time for signing contracts. Anything you need to put your name under for officializing, it's not a good thing to do. You will also see during that time, your bus is late, packages that need to arrive in your home are wrongly delivered, the containers that is inside the box is wrong. These are all things that are connected to Mercury retrograde. Also, it's not a good idea to buy cell phones, housekeeping equipment like laundry machines. Why? Because these machines or this equipment is connected to the warranty, and it's possible something goes wrong with the warranty or you overlooked something related to the warranty. So in general, the idea is here not to sign any contracts or undergo any agreements at all. This being said, we are starting now with the card reading. The first card we see here is the key. The key is a very positive card. In general, it's yes, the answer is yes to many questions. If we are in a difficult situation, it means also that we need to overthink the situation, because I see the coffin in the middle. So in general, it's a positive outcome, but in this case, it's possible with the coffin here that we need to think. For the moment, maybe there are certain situations we cannot change or that are unmovable. We cannot change certain things, and we see the dog here. So I'm assuming here things need to be followed and you need to overthink them for a while. This is what I think for this month. But here, coming back to the key, you should use your brain and look for solutions if you are stuck. You don't need to imply them immediately because the coffin is a slow card. But before you agree to do something, because this is the agreement, or you take the next step, you need to think wisely about this. But as I said, with the coffin, for the moment, it could be possible that you are stuck, you cannot move, even if you have the solution, you cannot apply the solution. But since the last card is very positive, it's possible that the solution will present itself, but we cannot force the coffin. But you have the key to open it, so I'm assuming the solution will come by the end of the month. But for now, it might be not working or you cannot maybe apply it immediately. Then we come on the key and the clovers. The clovers is actually the lucky card of the deck. So it's possible that the solutions, as I said, are easy to come to you. And it's possible that this is related to an actual relationship, a contract. I'm assuming this has to do with some arrangement with a partner or maybe with a contract. This is what we see here. But these 2 cards, they point to smart solutions, the solutions that you think of bring you luck. And also related to contracts, to agreements. Here, it's a positive card. It's like a blessing that is hanging over you. Also, even though you see things clear, it might be difficult to move, as we said here. It's like the solutions are coming very easy to you here in this combination. So you need to trust in your abilities and that you have the solution. This is what this combination says. You will find an easy way out, but maybe this solution comes by the end of the month, or this opportunity comes by the end of the month. Maybe you're planning to connect to somebody in a relationship, or you're planning to do some business. So this is possible with this combination. So anyway, this means that the things will go well. You will have opportunities here. The solution will be easy, and you should take the chance if it's offered to you. So it's possible now it's delayed, but if it's offered to you, you need to take it. You don't need to doubt no more, because we have the crossroads here, and this is also about decision. So after the thinking, it's best to take the solution and go into this engagements. Here there is some loyalty here. Maybe also there's some following. Maybe you need to follow certain things or certain arrangements in the relationship, and this could be the solution to the problem. Then we have the clovers and the ring and itself. So if this is related to a contract or a relationship, this is a very positive turn of things. This relationship would be positive for you. But anyway, as I said, you will see how it works out after the period of thinking. But here, this in general, this means that your love life is improving, the contract or the agreement is improving. It's possible that there are certain risks involved. This is possible also that you need to make a choice. So here, there's commitment. This is the solution, this is the lucky streak, and this is the relationship. So you see here, this is a very positive card. But as I said, with the coffin, we need to wait it out a little bit. Then the second row here, we have the coffin, the letter and the coffin. The letter is a more heavy card. It's not just news in general, it's more like official. It can be an official document. It's like a deed, a degree. So the document is actually, you can translate the document in money. So it's actually a quite heavy message here, because we have the coffin here. It's a serious message that you get here. Here, it's possible, even if you receive the message, that you still need to delay things a little bit. It's possible also in the news in itself, this news brings changes, because we have the crossroads here also. So it means that the new news that you are receiving, it's serious, it's quite heavy, and it could bring you in another direction. You will be placed in front of decisions. So you need to make decisions after you overthought this document and the situation. This is what we see here. It's possible also with this combination that you reject certain things, that you disagree with certain things, and that you make your own choices related to this relationship or this contract. So you will think about it probably, and then you will make a choice. It's possible also that you decide not to go through with it. But as I said, you need to think wisely, and you will find the solution here. Sometimes also with the dog in the end, it's possible also we involve certain friends in these decisions, maybe friends, maybe peers, maybe people that are close to you, a brother or a sister that we involve in this decision. Anyway, we communicate here about certain things that we want to end and certain decisions that we need to make. What we see here, yes, and then here. Also, it's possible that if you receive this news, you will not share it with everybody. You will keep it to yourself. You will not share it, because the coffin keeps things to herself. So here also, if we overthink, during the period that we overthink, it's best not to share too much. But if you actually made your decision, you can still talk about it with some people or some people that you trust. Then we have the coffin and the crossroads in itself. As we said here, this is the end of the difficult situation that you are involved in. It's possible also during that time, maybe it's put some pressure on your body, that you feel a little bit under the weather here. Maybe you feel certain restraints. Maybe you feel that your freedom is suppressed, or maybe you are yourself, you're suppressing the freedom. So it's like here we need to make decisions, but we cannot, but we are continuous thinkingly about it. It's also possible that, as I said, this means closed road, so you need to wait till it's the right time. For now, there could be difficulties to decide, and it's wise not to do so before you overthought the situation wisely. Then we have the house, the garden, and the dog. So the house and the garden is that where we live, we experience this as a form of freedom. We feel free. We see the dog here also, so we experience some freedom in the place where we live. The house can represent our body also, but it can actually represent also the place where we live, the place where we work, especially with the house is the place where we live. It's our body, our environment. This could represent our colleagues also, what we see here. So anyway, also it's possible that during this period you are going more out, like you visit some people or somebody visits you. It's possible literally that you get an opportunity to that somebody says you can, because you are in a difficult situation, that somebody says here is the key of our vacation home, you can go there. Maybe it's a friend who offers you this. This is possible also with this combination. It could mean also that you have a party with friends, with colleagues, with people around you. It's also possible there are some relatives involved, because we see the dog here also. So it's possible here there is some chance here for a party that we are having. This means that our house is open, or we get a lot of invites for open houses. This is what we see. Maybe this is maybe you are also, it's possible that we are invited to some hotel for some party. This is also possible here. In some areas, it's also possible that in some moments you want to be alone, and then some moments you want to be in the group. It's like because we have the coffin here, and sometimes the coffin makes us over things. Like it's like one day we feel up to it, and the next day we don't feel up to it. So this is what it means. It's like there's a conflict here between our privacy and public, and sometimes we don't exactly know what choice that we need to make. But anyway, this also points that we feel okay in society. We feel okay in large group of people. We feel okay in the team where we're working. So this is all what we see here. Then we have the garden and the dog in itself. Again, as I said, this points to a meeting with friends, with people around us. This could be a meeting with peers. This is actually a group meeting. It's possible also if you that this represents a meeting online, and that you are discussing some topics related to an arrangement. If this is about business, it's possible that you discuss this in group. This is possible also. It's like a group thinking, and maybe this is online. If you cannot meet in real, it's possible that you do this online. But I'm assuming here that it's a real meeting in person. This is possible. What do we see more here? Also, there is a support from people around you. It's possible that they want to help you and you want to help them. So it's like this, the networks around you are supportive. Maybe the friends are supportive. They are loyal to you, because the dog means also loyalty. Then we come in the vertical lines. We have the key, the letter, and the house. So this means actually, this is positive. So if you overthought it, it's possible that this goes to a positive evolution. The decision that you make will be positive. So this is what it means. In a way, this means also that you accept a certain situation. Maybe the situation is related to your work, to the place where you live. So you will make decisions about it, and you will accept the situation as it is. In a way, also, it's possible here that you're overthinking something, and that you search for something. But anyway, the documents are important. They are related to the house. But there's a form of search here involved. But the solution here for the thing is communicating and overthinking. This is what we see here. But the documents in itself, after overthinking, we get this here again. The documents will open a new path for you. This is what we see here. Also, some information you will share, but since we have the coffin here, overthink before you share the information. Make sure that what you share is not can come back to you or is not harming you. So overthink before you share the situation, because the coffin asks us not to share everything. But it's possible anyway that you brainstorm with others. They help you solution, but it doesn't mean that you need to share your decision with others before it's the right time. Here with this combination also, it's possible that somebody, if you have certain things that you are hanging about, that you are about to take the decision and you are not sure this is going to come true, that the answer will be yes, because in most cases, the key is yes. So there will be an agreement here. You will understand what is said here. So this is what we see here. Then we have the letter and the house on itself. This is then this is news from the place where you live. Maybe it's news from your work. It's possible that it's a message that you receive from your family. It's possible that this news is related to the family. Something is coming to you. Some news is coming from you, from the family, and this changes your path. This news, this document, as I said, it's the news is more heavy. It could change your the way your choices. It could change some things in your life that you are doing. In some cases, also this points to certificates that you certificates or birth certificates that you need to show. This is also what this points to. Anyway, it's a positive message here. There's a lot of communication here with the family. If it's possible, if there is some real estate involved, it's possible also. If this is a transaction from real estate, then this would be positive because we have the ring here, and the ring actually represents the contract. But remember what I said in the beginning of the video about signing contracts. But if you wait the right time, because the dog follows, and the dog is also, he's territorial. So see that you don't take the decision before it's time, especially if it's related to a house. Overthink the situation very well. And remember what I said in the beginning of the videos. But it's possible also that here, this is about real estate, mortgages, home-related documents in general. This is what we see here. It's possible that you see this in, if you want to do a real estate transaction, it's possible that you see this announcement in a local newspaper. This is what we see here also. You will talk to your family about certain agreements, certain contracts, certain arrangements. This is what we see here. The topics here in general are familiar or family topics that we see here. Then we have the clovers, the coffin, and the garden. As I said here, if you wait, this is what we see here. The waiting will end out for you positive. So if you don't rush things, even if you have the solution, if you don't rush things, the end will be positive. If you wait the decision, it will give you more freedom, but you cannot rush it. You need to wait it till it's the right time. Maybe you try to push it through, but it's not working. And it's for your own good if that it's not working, because you see, after you will say, it's good we didn't push through with it. So this is what this combination means. But anyway, here we see that the situation is ending and some things will be solved, or you will experience some form of freedom, relief, because this is freedom, public life. So this is what we also see here. as I said here, we see here, it's possible that there are also certain risks, but if we buy a house, there's always a risk involved. That's how it is. If we buy something, we need to push through with it. There's always certain risk. Maybe we need to decide about that. Then here, this is like we are happy to go for it here also. Maybe also here, in a way, there's some sadness involved, but in the end, it will work out well for you. Maybe also there's some, in some days you feel like, as they say, gallow humor, like you are a little bit sarcastic about the situation, or gallow humor, as they say. This is what we see here also. Then we have the coffin and the garden in itself. Again, here we see that things are postponed a little bit here. Also, this says you need to take care of your health here. If you feel under the weather, just let you check out. Don't delay that. For health, you cannot delay. If you feel some issues that are already lingering on for a while, you need to check it out. Then what we see here, it's possible also that I'm assuming it's you here, but it could be the other people in general also, that you feel that some persons around you are not showing really themselves as they are. It's like you are wearing a mask or they are wearing a mask. It's like they act different than their nature. And it's like you can feel that. This is what we see here also. It doesn't necessarily need to be negative, but maybe there's a reason for that. It's like here something is hidden here. This is what we see here. If this is related to colleagues, it's possible that you don't share everything with your colleagues, maybe about this contract, or that your colleagues don't share everything with you, or you don't share everything around you with the people around you. But also here, we need to see that we have all the information before we have the decision, because the coffin sometimes tends to hide things. So you need to see that you have all the information here. If you have the feeling that people hide things from you, it's possible this is correct, but you need to see before you make a decision that you have all information. Also, if there is a document involved that you need to sign on the long run, this also mentioned that you need to see, it's possible that these people, if they are governments or official institutions, that the news that is coming to you is not complete. Maybe they don't share it deliberately, maybe they don't want to share it, but see that you have all the information. It's like here, there's a smoke screen hanging here. This is what we see here also. Anyway, this will cause a transformation. It's possible also that you feel some distrust from certain people around you. This is what we see here also, but it's possible that certain individuals you let interact for your decisions, but maybe not everybody. Here, this is what we see here also. For now, it's possible that if you are not in a relationship, this also means bachelorship, but maybe the relationship is about this relationship you need to take, or about this contract. But this is that the contract is not yet made, this combination. You will keep also an eye on the public here. You will keep your eye, you will watch them. This is what we see here also. Then we have the ring, the crossroads. As we said, the ring is the agreement, the contract, the relationship. There's an important decision to be made here about this. Possibly also if we make the decision for this contract or this work or this relationship, it's possible that a part of our freedom we have no longer access to. Maybe we are not so free anymore because we need to follow certain things in this relationship. Maybe you have been single, or this you have been extending the situation for a long time. But if you make the decision, it's possible that certain freedoms that you had before need to be balanced. This is what we see here, because the ring is about balance. But in another way, if you take the decision, this points to a relationship, the beginning of a relationship. It's possible that this, if you go into it, it works out very positive for you. There's a partner choice here possible. Excuse me. Maybe if this is involved for a property, it's possible that you have multiple offers, and in a way, this could also point to multiple partners that you had before, and maybe it's possible that you make the decision now to go in a monogamous relationship. This is what this points to also. Anyway, there are some alternative connections here possible. There are several contracts, several agreements, maybe several relationships here that were before, and you will make a decision about this. Maybe it's possible also here with this combination that you make a decision that you didn't think you are gonna make. So it's possible that because of you think your initial decision is changed and you make a contradictive decision, but you will delay it, as we saw. Then we have the crossroads and the dog on itself. It's possible also some new friends come in your life. It's possible that these friends are people that are traveler up. Maybe they are salesmen, if it's related to contract. The group of friends that you have are people that are traveling, they're moving around. Maybe there are people who take a lot of decisions. This is possible also. Maybe these are people who are related to contracts, or they need to make a lot of decisions here. This is what we see here. It's possible that these people are also connected in a way. How do we say this? With travel decisions. But anyway, this points to that you will follow these friends in certain areas. You will follow them. Maybe you will follow even certain decisions that you make, or maybe you follow the way they're thinking. This is possible also. But the decision will be favorable for you and for this friend. Anyway, this points to, even if you don't want to, that you need to make up your mind. If you think at the end, at the outcome, if the thinking is long enough, you will need to make up your mind where you want to go. If you want freedom, or if you want to make the commitment. Also, it's possible that for some things permission is required. This is possible here also because the dog requires permission. So it's possible that you need permission or an approval for something. Then we have the key, the coffin, and the dog. Here, as we see here, the coffin, the key has the ability to unlock the coffin. So here, then we see that actually what was hidden for us, it will all reveal itself. And there will see that we will see opportunities here. Also, we will become then we will see how the situation really was connected with each other. It's like we become aware. We say, "Ah, it's like that." So this is what we see here also with this combination. Anyway, this is a positive combination. There's success indicating here. This is what we see here also. And it's possible also we close off certain situations, but from before we end a certain difficult period that we had, and it's like we start something new friends, new relationships. It's a very important decision that we make here, and an important ending that we need to decide about as we have the crossroads there. It's possible also that we that it took us a long time to make this decision. And finally, we go there. It's like we finally dig up the problem. We finally follow the dream. It might make us a little bit vulnerable here, like we feel vulnerable. It's like we feel unguarded. Maybe this situation is not familiar to us, and we feel that, excuse me, we feel a little bit vulnerable here. But here we see we close the door. We say yes. Here, this is what we see here. The key is always yes. Then we see the coffin and the dog in itself. As I said, there will come new friends and friendships will end. This is what we see here also with this combination. It's possible also that some friends of us are starting to disappear or out of our life, or they make decisions that it's not so easy for us anymore to get in contact with them. Maybe they start to travel, they start a different profession, and they were close to us before, but now for some changes in their lives or in our life, they will not be so close to us anymore. It's like they literally go on the road or we go on the road. This is what we see. It's possible also that you both are a little bit sad about this decision, or it's possible that this friend that is close to you, he's grieving about something. Maybe he lost somebody, maybe he lost somebody dear to him, and it makes him a little bit sad. It's possible also because of this grieving, this is why this person need to make certain choices. Maybe it's not an easy decision for him, but anyway, we see here that he will need to take this decision also. Anyway, this points also, if this person has grief, that you will support him, because the dog points to support. If you are in trouble, it's like you can rely on each other here. They will rely on you and you will rely on them. So this points to a person that helps us to end something. This is what it points to. Then we have the ring and the coffin. Again, here we see the ending. We make a decision, certain relationships will end. You make a decision about that. It's possible, I would say here there's a moving, because there's a house. Maybe that is also part of the laying here, that there is a move included, and that is possible also. This friend is grieving, but also we ourselves are changing. So it's possible we change a location here. It's possible this is a business relationship, some relationships ends, some new begins. Here we see again, it's positive, it's delayed. We see this again. There's a contract for you here that is suggested to you. You will overthink the contract, or it's suggested here that you should overthink here. The ring is also round, so it goes in circles. So it's possible that your mind goes in circles, and that you have difficulties in the beginning for taking this decision about this contract or this relationship. This is what we see here also. There's possibilities before the contract. There are some promises made, or actually decisions are made, because the ring is also promises. We make promises. The promises could be related to somebody of our family, to somebody we work together with. This is possible also. Maybe we make some promises to these people. But maybe the connections afterwards with these people are not so strong anymore. But anyway, again, here we see a certain grief, a certain sadness here. There's a reason for this. There's a cause. There's a cause here. Then we have the coffin and the house. This means you yourself, you will decide to go on the road. So if you make the decision, it will bring you more on the road. Sometimes this can point also to maybe to a business nearby. Maybe you decide to go on the road. Then I would say, if this points to a salesman, the products that you are selling, or the products, the business that you are doing, they are not unfamiliar to you, because the dog is familiar. So it would be a contract with something, that a product or something that you are familiar with. It's not something new for you because the dog is familiar. But anyway, this points, this combination here, it points that you are actually leaving the place where you are staying. Sometimes you will return maybe to that place, but the question is if this would be permanent that you're going there. Maybe you literally are absent from home or you're leaving home. Also, this points then that after your decision, after you make the decision, there will be a lot of improvement here in your situation. Also, this points to memories. If you take this decision afterwards, you will overthink the situations, maybe certain situation in your work or in your home, that it's like memories are coming up to you. If you are planning to buy a house, this points to an antique house, a house that is very old, but it's literally like you build it up from the ground. Maybe you demolish it, you recycle the materials, and you restart it, because this is recycling. The coffin is recycling. So you keep what you have and you give it a new total makeover. This is what we see here. What we see here, more changes to the core. Literally, you will change everything. Maybe you keep all the materials, but you will change even the foundations, which is a good idea to do. And also this will prove out, if you do it very thorough, the change, it will work beneficial for you. Even if there are some serious expenses and you decide to do a total makeover, afterwards you will see this is positive for you. Even if you invest a lot, it will be a positive investment for you. As we know now, little things to the current financial situation, properties have a lot of value now. So this will be proven a positive investment for you. It points to that your investment will grow. There's also what we see here more. This points also, it can also point here, I didn't mention this earlier, but in a way it points also that it's possible that you have partly a home business. Maybe a part of the business is related to the place where you live. This is possible also that we see here. But also you will, what we see here is that everything is happening in a very orderly fashion because the house is orderly. So if you have more than one job, it's possible that you apply certain systems for keeping yourself on the right track. Maybe this is necessary that you apply strict order if it's related to business here. What we see here more, you want also more freedom. Maybe this house gives you more freedom. After the choices, you have more freedom. You will feel also more safe. After you take this decision, you will feel more safe. There is a need for safeness here. But as I said here, if there is a sadness, there will come a solution for the sadness. And it's possible that you receive a lot of support of friends and they support you. So Pisces, for the water group, this is all for the month of October. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so, and see you maybe next month. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to the air or the aerosol group for the month of October 2021. Before we start, I want to mention that Mercury is already starting retrograde since 27 September. It goes up to 18 October. This is not a good time for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under for officializing. It's not a good time to do so. Also, you will see at that time your train is late, your bus is delayed, packages that need to arrive at your home, they are wrongly delivered, the containers is wrong. These are all things that are happening with Mercury retrograde. Also, during that time, it's not a good idea to buy new cell phones, laundry machines, things like that, because they are connected to warranties and sometimes problems with the warranties pop up. Anyway, the general idea here is not to make any agreements or contracts during that period. However, if you are obligated to do so, you have no choice. Double check the contract, because it's possible after you have regrets, you sign the contract, you want to get out, you cannot anymore. Certain clauses in the contract you overlooked and they bind you. If you want to get out, you need to pay big fines. So be sure that you double check the contract if you decide to sign it. But my advice to you would be to wait after up to 18 October to sign the contract, starting 19 October, that is. Now, coming back to the reading here, the first card that we see here is the Rider. The Rider is a very energetic card. It puts things on the move. And then here, the second card here we see here is the Cid. This is like, here, this means that we will take important decisions. Or we are faced with taking decision in certain areas. We see the mountain behind it, so it means probably that these decisions will not be easy. But we go in more details now. So then coming back to the first card, this points to that we will go in a, maybe we end something and we go in a total new direction here. We will probably want to take these decisions quick, or they will come quickly to us, because the Cid is a sudden card. So it's possible that we take this decision for moving forward. This card, these two cards actually points to us that we cannot wait with the decision too long. But I want to immediately add here, we have the snake here and the mountain. If we take the decisions and you take them suddenly, be wise and see that all your bases are covered, because these are two slow cards. You will take the decision maybe fast, but make sure there are no consequences after, because the snake is a card that points us to look around us, especially look in the past, what has happened to you, learn from your experience, so afterwards you don't come in a difficult situation. This card tells us to be wise, to smart, to turn around, to look around us before we actually make the decision. But you will make it fast, and also the cards tell you to make it fast, but it doesn't mean that you cannot be wise. So coming back here then to the Cid, we will act swiftly. It could mean that you break with certain situation in your life. This could literally be a breakthrough. Something here is breakthrough. In travel, I'm going a little bit ahead of things. It's in the way when you travel, if you're planning to travel, maybe you plan to travel abroad, it's possible that some things here break down. Maybe the vehicle where you travel with is breaking down. So there's a possible delay here because the mountain tends to delay things. This is what we see here also with this card. Maybe you are planning to go to abroad. If you have connections with the internet, it's possible also that your internet connections would be temporarily disconnected. A break we saw here also. Then we go in the reading the horizontal line, sorry. We have the rider, the garden, and the snake. So here, this combination is that something is publicly announced to us. But the snake points us to be careful with the information that we are receiving. We need to treat the information with wiseness, with smartness, because maybe everything that comes to us out of this public information is not correct. So we need to overthink it. Anyway, this points to meeting a lot of new people here that we see here. It's possible that news is coming very fast to us. In a way, this could also point that we are very active. Maybe we are involved in sports or something like this here. This is what we see here also. In another way, this could point that we are witnessing some events that we disagree with. We see something that happens when we are on the road. We disagree with it, but maybe we decide to not interact with it. We are witnessing something, but maybe we decide to keep quiet about it. And maybe it's for a good reason. Anyway, this points also to good reputations, enterprising environments. Something here is pointing also to the public, talking in public. Maybe if something is offered to you from the public, it's possible that you feel like this, you feel this like a personal intrusion. But it's possible after this intrusion, that after you see this actually as a benefit, it's like the situation, you didn't see it clear as it was. You rethink the situation after. Anyway, this could point also to public confrontations. You see it as a confrontation, but actually afterwards it works out well for you. It's possible also that you feel more in a hurry now, that you have a lot of energy. You feel more energetic here. You feel like speedy here. You're very active also in your social networks. This is what we see here. This points us then in public, if we go in public and we move fast, maybe we are confronted with some people who don't have good intentions with us. This is what we see here. It's possible in another way, coming back to the virus situation, this could point that we come in an environment, we need to be careful with that also, maybe we don't know about this, and we come in an infected environment. So we need to be careful also with this, because the snake is literally sometimes poison. So we need to be careful if we move in public that we protect ourselves. Here, this combination also, if we do something in public, and we want to act fast, we need to be careful that some people are not preparing to catch us, that they don't prepare a trap for us. This, we need to be careful with this combination. So if you decide to act fast, be careful. It's sometimes also it's betrayal, that people betray you. They betray your confidence. So you need to be careful also with this. There's some kind of, it's like an infidelity in the social network here. This is what we see here. In another way, it's possible that some people around you, they cannot think clearly. Maybe they're involved with substances. So you need to be careful here with that also. You will need to be diplomatic here. Even if the situation provokes you, you need to be diplomatic. This is what is said here. And if it involves like, if you go out, protect yourself. Then we have the tower, the sit, and the birds. The tower represents government, authorities, bosses, like the higher echelons. It's possible that you make a decision related to authorities that you decide not to follow them. You receive certain news and you decide not to follow this news. You make your own choices. It's like we're taking a break from the past. We take a break from that situation. We are encouraged to communicate and to take a new direction in life in a smart way and a calm way, even if you do it swiftly. It's possible also that you have certain situations in the past that caused you pain. And that's why you want to end it with this situation. It's like you want to let something go. You will probably confront some people around you with this situation. And we will need to let it go. We cannot keep the situation as it is. We are unable to stay in the certain situation, in this situation now. So something will change. And I'm assuming here there is networking involved or there's abroad involved, because the mountain is abroad. It's possible if you take the swift decision that it's not immediately applied, because the mountain tends to be slow. So this is what we see here. But anyway, we will let it go. We will rationalize about it. Even if it causes us pain, we will rationalize it, or we need to be rational about it. In another way, if we are about to travel, it's possible that the government where we are traveling, the local government, is not totally honest with their people. If we are traveling in abroad, if that is the plan for the future, it's possible that they don't have good intentions here with their people. So be careful if you come in abroad that you don't get involved in that, because I think here, this country where you are traveling to, these people, the government, don't have good intentions with their people. So it's best here not to get too close to them. You need to break away from them a bit. Just be wise about it here. Cut your emotions off if you see some things that you disagree with. But it's maybe best not to go in any kind of confrontation. It's best not to do so. We will come later back into that. Anyway, this points to that we cut contacts. We decide to cut contact. We decide to have less communication, which is a good thing to do. You will be rational about it. Anyway, there's also what could be here is that you are proud about certain situation, but I don't think if it's a good idea here to be proud. I think here we need to be smart about it here. You need to apply discipline here for yourself. Sometimes with the mountain, we need to accept situations, certain situations, and we cannot change them. Then we have the sit and the birds in itself. This points actually to that we could receive disturbing information from a government, from an authority. It's like an alarm call here that we see. We need to be careful. We have the snake here also, that nobody can stab you in the back. This is what we see here also. So as I said, if you act swiftly, act wisely, be careful for this also. In another way, this could also point in a positive way then that you have some, if you are in a certain situation, that there comes, even if the situation is difficult, suddenly there is something that makes you happy. Like the situation is difficult, but suddenly you have like a happy confrontation here. This is what we see here also. So you will cut the conversations best short here. Also, some people, it's possible if you work online or you have a lot of contacts online that you decide to break with certain people online. We already saw earlier, maybe also there are internet interruptions. But here we see actually that we break contact with certain people. Maybe these people act like they are in charge of us, and we don't want that kind of communication anymore. So we act with like that with these people. In another way, also, maybe we want to hold on to certain situation of the past, and we cannot hold on anymore. We need to let it go. We are like, we cannot stay in the past. We need to move on. It's possible that this whole situation makes you a little bit sad. This is possible also. Then we have the mice, the clouds, and the mountain. Here, this points that that we doubt ourselves a little bit. There is some form of, we cannot decide, where we have some hesitations. But as I saw, the sit is swift, but here anyway, we see some hesitation here. Maybe we feel insecure here. Maybe some people around us cause us headaches. This is possible also. As I said, if this is people in authority, it's best to avoid them, not to go into the conflict. It's better to be wise, because if you always go in the conflict, it probably will give you a headache and you will go nowhere. So maybe there's no, it's not possible here. But anyway, also with this combination, we need to be careful that there is no, in a way that we don't lose money. In a way here, this is possible also. There's a certain decay here. I already told you this, this points to corruption. If you travel, you need to be careful for corruption. Some authorities in abroad are corrupted, so be careful, be wise with that. Things might not be so clear for the moment where you actually need to do or what you need to go in abroad. Excuse me. It's possible that the situation is not clear. You need to make a decision and you don't have all the facts. You cannot see what is happening in abroad. So it's possible that this causes delays because you don't have a clear overview in the situation and you want to act swiftly. So it's not an easy situation what we have here. But if you overthink it wisely, the snake is smart. You will succeed, you will bypass it. It's like you are able to bypass it. It will make you a little bit anxious, confused, insecure. But be careful that some things are not going on here behind your back. It's possible though that you lack certain information here. Don't waste resources here. Don't waste your energy. This is what is said here also. And here also this combination tells us not to lose hope. It will maybe a little bit difficult for now, but don't lose hope because things will clear up. Things will clear up. It will not go fast, but I think by the end of the month or the weeks to come, the situation will make itself more clear. But for now, we cannot see it. But here, this combination, the cards advise us not to lose hope. Something is about to change. Then we have the clouds and the mountain in itself. This points to certain, if it's related to abroad, this means obstacles in abroad. This could also point obstacles in another city. If you are planning to move or to change something, this could point to obstacles in another city. If it's in abroad, it points to obstacles in abroad. Delays in abroad. Sometimes also we need to, or we are confronted with things that are procrastinated. This is possible also. It's possible that you are stubborn about the situation and that you want to go through with it. It's possible. But I think here you want to actually cut through, even if it's difficult to cut through the mountain. So it will take, if you want to take this decision, it will be hard to take, but it will take some perseverance here. This is what we see here. But anyway, if you can delay the travel, if it's possible, this combination point tells us if you can delay the travel thing. This is what is pointed to anyway. Maybe if you don't delay, you come in the delay in abroad. So if that is not your intention, and in general it's not, it's best not to travel for maybe for this month. Maybe the information that you are receiving is not clear and you decide to travel and you come there then in abroad, and there you come in the situation and you're then delayed again. So it's no use this. So overthink it wisely before. But I didn't say that you will not take certain decisions, you will. What do we see here more? Then we go in the verticals. We have the rider, the tower, and the mice. The mice means, especially with this card, is that if we receive news from authorities, we need to be very careful, from people in charge. The mice points to decay, corruption, things that are not honest. So we need to be very careful with this combination. It might seem like a straightforward message, but we need to be careful if we make this decision fast, that we are not confronted with some corruption. If we take the decision, it's possible we are confronted, and we are confronted with corruption, and we need to act on that corruption. This is possible also. This is also an announcement of the government here that we see here, or the announcement of the of an authority here. It could normally the rider speeds things up, but we have the mice here, and then we have the reverse. So it's possible here, we will interpret in another way, that you need to pay attention to details. So if you travel, pay attention to details. News from abroad, we already saw this. Also, you will decide to block some people here. We see this here again. If somebody in authority try to meddle with you, you will not allow it. Maybe this authority, they try to make a certain impression on you, but it actually has the reversed effect on you here. This is what we see here also. Then the tower and the mice in itself. Again, here we see regrets about the past here. We are dwelling on the past. We need to let go. We need to move on. The rider tells us to move on. If we hold on to it and we disagree with the corruption, or we delay the travel, it's possible that the thing solves itself. It's possible also in another way that for the moment you feel a little bit alone or lonely. You have certain structures that you build up in your life, but you need to let go of them. It's like they are crumbling. If you are lonely, maybe it's weighing on your mind. It's possible also you have the feeling here that you want to cause damage to this person that is corrupt. But anyway, here, this points to a phase of loneliness in our life. We are alone. Here, this is what we see here also. Then we have the garden, the sit. Here, there are certain groups, maybe internet groups. We saw that earlier. This comes back here that we are breaking up with. Maybe things in that groups where you functioned in before, they are not what you thought they were, and you want to break with them because they don't, it's not what you're looking for anymore. Maybe there comes a quarrel here with a certain group of people in your life, and you don't want to be involved anymore here. You want to end it. It's possible also that you have a meeting with certain groups in public, and you feel that you don't feel comfortable with this situation. It's like it's improper, the situation. And that's maybe the reason why you cut with it. You don't want to be a part anymore of it. You reject it. In some cases, this points also to, in another way, to criminal environments. So we need to be careful with this one also. Anyway, if we are traveling in abroad and we pursue, again, this points to certain decisions that are, or certain things are announced to us, and even they are announced, you know there is something wrong with it. It's like here, maybe it's related to public safety, and you don't believe what is announced. Here, this is what we see here. Maybe you want to keep more to yourself because you don't trust. This is what we see here also. Anyway, if things evolve, you will feel that this public announcement, that the public deserve their right. This is what we see here also. Then we have the sit and the clouds on itself. Always, if you travel, be careful for your person, especially if you go in public. If you travel and you come in dangerous areas, not safe areas, think wisely, focus on your own safety. This is what we see here also. Be always careful, especially don't think because you have been there before that the situation is still the same. We don't know, maybe some changes, and this lane here, this middle road, tells us to take care of ourselves if we come in certain environments, because sometimes the tower, it's like we are not unfamiliar, but this unfamiliar with the place. But then the middle row here, it says that we need to be careful. We need to take care of ourselves. This warns us for our own safety. So the cards tell you to be careful if you travel or if you come in dangerous situations or in dangerous environments, to be careful for yourself, to protect yourself. Also, in another way, you can be confronted with certain situations, and this will end your confusion. There will be no more trust. Also, if you have certain feelings about a danger, trust your feelings that it's correct. Don't avoid warning signs for your own safety here. This is what we see here. In another way, this points to that we could be confronted with less good weather conditions. what we see here. If certain people approach you, they might not have the intentions that you think they have, especially with the snake. So be careful here. If you have contact with certain persons, you are familiar with the place, but it's not like what it seems to be. It's possible that these people are changed. And these people are not safe to be around. Even if you know them out of the past, maybe they are not safe to be around anymore. But this also points to a final goodbye. If you are confronted with a certain situation, you will not interact with these people anymore after. You will withdraw. It's possible there's certain cover-ups here, things that were not clear to you, but after they will become clear. We need to protect ourselves at all times here. If you also here, this points to a change of direction. If we are in, don't persist with the situation. If you see it's like that, protect yourself. Change direction. This is what it says here. Sometimes it says, wherever there is doubt, there is no doubt. So this is what is applicable here. So then we have the snake, the birds, and the mountain. Here, if you are involved in a relationship, but I don't see any relationship cards here, this always points that there is more than one party involved. There are 3 parties involved. Maybe if this is about people who want, we saw the corruption here from the governments. It's like more people here, more than one want to exploit. If this is about relationships, it means that more than one party is involved. This is that if this is business, like also, you can be sure something is going on behind the scenes. More than one is involved. More than one person is profiting of this situation. It might not be clear for you. The appearances here deceive. Also, the information that you receive from the other city or in a place abroad, it's not correct. This is receiving incorrect information. There could be something going on behind our back here. If we receive this information about corruption or about things that are not correct, as I said earlier, it's best not to share it, not to go into it, because it could end in a negative way for us. So if we receive information that things are not correct, and they are involved from corruption or something else, this combination tells you not to go into it. Just leave it for what it is and keep quiet and calm, even if you have the information. This is what it says here. This also says that if you feel that, you need to move away there. You need to move away from this situation. It's also possible, if this is related to groups, there's a lot of negative chatter, and that's maybe why you break with these people. Maybe also it's difficult to find a compromise. If you want to make a compromise, maybe you cannot find a compromise here. This is what we see here. But here also this points that it's best if you have personal objectives that you want to reach, not to share them. Keep your personal objectives to you. Don't share them with other people. Hide your own agenda here. This is what we see. You can lobby, but keep it for you. Keep it for yourself. Then we have the birds and the mountain in itself. Here we see that we have news from abroad, but we need to be careful with this news because it's probably not, the news is probably not correct. This could be a call or an email that is coming to you. This could also point again to troubles if we travel. Sometimes this points to travel. If we travel, we have problems at the border, and we have the snake here. So maybe it's related to the viruses. But anyway, we already saw that here. It's possible also if you ask some questions, even if you ask them in a quite deliberate and mannered way, you don't get answers. This is possible also. So it's possible this causes you stress. There's a certain stagnation here because you get no answer. Maybe it causes you worries because you cannot move there. Just keep focused on your goal here. This is what it says also. But there's a lot going on here. But eventually you will master the situations. With some delays, you will master it here. Here it says, keep calm and be wise. Even if you need to take certain decisions, think wisely. Then we have the rider, the sit, and the mountain. So suddenly a news is coming to us. We see this here again. We have a chance of opportunities in abroad here or in another city. This is what we see here again. We will maybe go our own way. We separate ourselves. The news that we are receiving might be quite difficult, but we need to accept it. It will not be easy, maybe, the news that we are receiving. It's possible that because you receive this news, you will make suddenly an end to this situation. You act quickly, and maybe you should, but wise and deliberate. Then we have the sit and the mountain. Eventually, you will cut through the obstacles here. If you are delayed and you are stressed and nervous, you need to keep courage. We saw this earlier here. You need to keep courage. Because this points, if you keep the situation, if you are courageous in the situation, eventually the solution will come. You will find, this points to freedom, but you will need to follow or do the work. Hear this, we need to do the work, and it gives us freedom. This is what we see here. Also, then eventually it gives us more freedom. We will come more outside. We will no longer be like a hermit. We will come more out. Can all go a little bit slower. You will break the silence after the situation is over. You will also yourself, you will get over the situation. You will need to follow a straight course here. This is what we see here also. Snake and sit then, the other cross. Here we need to be careful if we're in abroad, that literally we don't get a bite of an insect or some snake literally, or whatever. We need to be careful with this one, because this can point to that's some insect is biting us, or somebody is trying to bite us in a more metaphorical way. We need to be careful here. We need to be careful here. We said it here. We need to be on our tip of our toes. Sudden surprises. These surprises could be, we have some things that go positive for us here, but sudden changes. It's possible also that you long for certain things to change. Here, this is what we see here. If this is related to your career, it's possible that some things in your career you cut off. We already saw that you have some disagreements with some groups, and it's possible that with some people you cut the ties because you disagree with them. We see this here again. Then we have the sit and the mice in itself. If you would be in a relationship, this would be on the relationship field, I told you there's triangles here, but it's possible it's about relationship. If it's like that, the relationship will be a little bit distant. They will not be like, you don't feel like it's really harmonious. There's a structure, certain structures here that are taken up here, and anyway, there's triangles going on here. Maybe you want to end it. It's possible also that you're thinking about ending this project and you want to move on. Also, if you get bitten by an insect, I want to say this also, be careful and take care of it. Even if it's a mosquito bite, be careful so it don't infect. This is what we see here also with, I forgot to mention that earlier. In another way, if you travel, be careful that nothing is stolen from you, because the mice tend to steal things. So pay attention to the details, pay attention to your luggage, pay attention to the details, so you are not confronted with some losses here when you travel. If you focus on it, you will see and you will be able to prevent it. Then we have, and we are around. So above the mice here. So for the air group, this is all for Pisces for October. So Pisces, I hope you are happy with this card reading. Be careful for yourself. Take care of yourself if you travel. Be careful with people around you, especially for authority figures. If you travel, take care of yourself. Be careful for viruses, for people in bad environments. This is what we see here. And don't share all the information that is given to you. Keep focused on your goals that you have in your mind. So Pisces, this is all for this month. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are connected here. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you maybe next time, next month. Thank you. Bye-bye for now. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for the month of October. Before we start, I mention it in every group, Mercury is still going retrograde. It started on 27 September. It goes to 18 October. This is not a good time to sign contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under that, officialize it. It's not a good idea to do so. You will also see that your bus is late, your flight is canceled, packages that you need to arrive in your home are delivered in the wrong place, the containers is wrong. These are all things that are happening during Mercury retrograde. Also, it's not a good idea to buy cell phones, housekeeping equipment. Why? Because these devices are connected to warranties and something can go wrong with the warranty. Anyway, the general idea here is not to make any agreements or contracts at all. However, if for some reason you're obligated to do so, you have no choice. Double, triple check the fine print, because it's possible afterwards you want to get out of the contract. You cannot anymore. If you want out, you need to pay a big fine. There's some clauses in the contract. You cannot annulate the contract, and we are in the circle. So anyway, the idea here is not to sign any contracts at all. Coming back to the reading here, 4 pieces for the Stone group for October. The first card that we see here is a very positive card. It's the bouquet. The bouquet is the card of renewal. So a situation here is transforming, or it's renewing itself, but also transforming, because we have the stork there. But this card is the card of renewal. It's the card of harmony. It's a positive card also. Things will turn out well. Here also, this card tells us to be balanced, to keep harmony if we can, be a little bit lighthearted and be forgiving about certain situations. If we can, if it's possible, forget some situations that are happening, but especially this points to creativity. If we can be creative, Maybe we need to do some efforts for being creative. This combination points, we cannot be lazy, we need to be creative. If we feel creative, just put some energy in it. It's possible also that this creative energy leads to some money, some benefits, because the fish is multiplying. Anyway, the central card here in the whip means that we are confronted probably with situations that are difficult, but we need to keep harmony. Here, the cards tell us to keep harmony, and it will benefit us if we keep harmony. This is what we see here. Even if we have a quarrel, we are asked here, or the card tells us not to quarrel, forgive, to be harmonious. This is what we see here. In another way, maybe this is then on the creative front, this points that we need to be more creative. We need to actually, this combination urges us to be more creative. So if you have a creative angle, just go with it, don't wait for it, go along with it. If you are creative, you can also make money with it. You can make money with your creative side. Then we start with the reading in itself. We have the bouquet and the man. This could point to two lovers, but here we see that there is change in the relationship. Since we will approach it from the man here, it's possible, if this would be the woman and this is the man, they might be been lovers, or they are lovers. There are some changes coming, and these changes would be rather big, because the stork is a migrating bird. This could be changes on the long run that we see here. It's possible that one of the two partners is thinking about migrating, because the stork is a migrating bird, and possibly this migration, since the stork is about 2-3 months before he's at his destination, final destination, it's possible that these migration or these changes are finalizing themselves in 2 to 3 months. This is what we see here also. But anyway, both partners are going through a form of transformation. Here, this could point to a quite harmonious relationship, if both parties are mature enough to undergo these transformations. If this is you as a man or a woman, this points to a generous person. This is a kind person here that we see here. It's possible also we ourselves, we are flirting with a certain partner in our surroundings, but one of the two partners is changing. So maybe these flirtings don't have the effect that we wanted to have, because maybe this person in his head or in his mind, he's already changing, he's already migrating. The migrating process for this person, if this man or a woman, would be a positive thing, because the last line is all positive. So if this migration comes for the person here, the man or the woman, but we assume it's the man here, this gonna have positive effects for this person if he goes through with this. In a way, also, even there are changes in the relationship, there is still some support here towards each other. Even though the whip is here in the middle, it's difficult, but there's still some support here in the middle of the relationship. It could also mean that there's one of the partners, he gives advice, like an advisor here. This is what we see here also. And in some cases also, this could point to a relationship that is, it's like with an ex-partner, but the relationship is about to change. Here, this is what we see here also. But anyway, the man is sociable, or the persons are sociable. They are charming. There's a certain charm around here. Maybe we perceive this person, this man, as handsome, or we perceive this woman as handsome. We like her. She's sociable. this is a person who is socially very active. This is what we see here. Also, then we have the man in the stork. It's possible that this migration process here that is going on for one of the two persons is caused by another man or another woman. This is what we see here. But it's possible also during these changes that there are more changes to come during the transforming process. When the actual migration is going on, it's like possible more changes are coming. Maybe things are not, there's a plan, but maybe the plan is changing again. This is possible here also what we see here. This could also point to certain intimate relationships we have. Maybe this is the place where we are about to migrate. We have some intimate or close relationship with people there. These people are willing to help us there. This is what we saw here. But this combination points more to friendship, like a deep friendship here. This is what we see here. It's possible also that this man, he's more like a traveler, like a nomad. He's restless. He's always traveling around here. This is he's traveling and he's going through changes here. Also, could be a man who is quite verbal. He's a verbal type of person. And also these changes, if these changes come, it has effect on both partners. It has an effect on both partners. This points to a migrant, a person who relocates. This is what we see here again. This is a person who also, he reconnects. He reconnects with people he was friends to before. He reconnects to people who he is friend to before. Then we have the second line here. We see the clovers, the whip, and the stars. The clovers and the whip is maybe there were some difficulties with both partners, but as they move on with this transformation, there is a form of forgiveness here. Maybe these two people part way, and they it's like they let each other go. They let the people go. They want to go in harmony. There's also a certain protection here. Both partners have a protection over them. The conflicts here will be minimized. People, anyway, it's advised here that that both partners minimize the conflicts, and if they do, it will end up in a positive way. But anyway, here, if there were hurts before, both parties will just let it go, and they see for themselves this is the best way. It could be a situation that is going on for quite a long time, but there's finally an end here inside. It could have been a little bit rough before. Sometimes maybe it's still possible there are some small, like microaggressions here. That is what we see here. Here also we see that maybe one of both parties refuses to take some responsibilities, and it's like destined to be. If this person don't want to take certain responsibilities, it's like and this, if he don't want, it's or he or she don't want, it's ending in a positive way. So maybe these decisions are not meant to take. This can also point to a little bit of sarcasm in the relationship, a little bit sarcasm that we see here, that in this combination. but most of it we are able to resolve conflicts, and we are urged to do so. Also, the moon is a card of harmony. It means that we need to leave each other's, we need to respect each other also in the partnership. This is what it means. Also, we need to find balance. We need to find a kind of like-mindedness. And even if the whip is hard, the moon will soften it up a little bit. Even there are difficult emotions, the moon will soften up or can soften up the situation. Then we have the whip and the stars here. The harmony we see again here will be restored. This indicates, even though we are flirting with certain people, maybe we should not keep our hopes up, because as we see here, there's migration or a change going on here. Anyway, when this whole situation is resolved, this could point to us that we have learned an important lesson about this. It has meaning. Afterwards, maybe we realize that this whole situation has brought us some clear insights. And these insights could actually affect our finances afterwards in a positive way. This is what we see here also. Anyway, there's some meaning here in the suffering. There's a lesson here to be learned, and there will be a positive learning here. It's possible also, hobby-like, that if we do a lot of tryouts, let's say, we are creative in our hobbies, and we are planning something with this on the long run, afterwards it brings us a form of income, of more, because we have the money card here. But it's always creativity that is coming back here. It's like it's meant to be here. It's like it's meant to be like this. But we should trust here that the situation can and will be resolved. Also, sometimes maybe we think, one or both parties think that there is a conflict, but maybe actually there is none. So it's like these people think that there is a conflict, but it's like an imagined conflict. Then we have the house and the moon. This points that you are invited in somebody's home, or you get a lot of invitations, or you invite people in your home. If you are invited, it's a good idea to go to that gathering or to that invitation. It's possible also that this is related to your creativity. So maybe you do some form of hobby or something, and these people invite you there, and you do your hobby there in their house. This is possible also, what we see this with this combination. These people will like what you do there. It's like you receive an honor for it. They respect what you're doing there related to hobby. It's possible that you turn this hobby into a profession on the long run, because maybe the people say, wow, you're really good at this stuff, you should make some money with this. So this is possible also here. It's also possible it's your dream in the long run. If you would do that, it's possible that also you get a certain positive reputation in your neighborhood. People will recognize you for it in your neighborhood, and they will see you as the place to go for this or that you are creating. The moon is very creative, and the flowers also. This could be a little bit on the longer run, and this could be connected to your dreams, but it's something that is already going on in your house. It's like here we see hobby and creativity are leading to money. But we should be creative, not be too structural. We should let our mind work, our creativity. We need to be able to adjust, to change. This points also literally that our house is an art studio, We are creative. Any form of art, a kitchen can be an art studio. We could be active as anything that we do, but this points actually to a place where we create art. Also, the place where we are raised, it has a very big impact on this hobby, but it's a positive. It's a positive. There are positive feelings here towards the family. These feelings are multiplying. It's possible that the mother is helping in this creativity. She has also certain points of view and she helps us. She gives us some insights, especially in the money side. This is possible here also. There's an emotional context here. It's like we know what we need to do. It's possible that this is pointed to the night. Maybe we are very creative at night, or we need to rise early, or we are creative in the night and we sell it later. But these two cards points at the night. So it's possible that a part of it, maybe we need to rise early, we work in the night. This is possible also with this combination. Also, if you do so, you go with this, you feel in your home yourself, you, in a way, if you, it's possible you find some rest. You find some rest in this creativity. Then we have the moon and the fish on itself. Here it's possible that we get a business offer. We get a business offer, an opportunity here, and there's a financial element connected to it. I mentioned that earlier already. If this is a good offer, maybe we should think about some change, because maybe this is what we always wanted. This is what we see here also. It also points to good home conditions. We like where we live. Our home conditions are good. And you know clearly where you want to go here with this combination. There will be, if you do that, if you apply that, there will be a feeling of freedom. Financially, there will be a lot of progress. You feel connected also to your work, to your creativity. And as I said again, we see here that it's possible that there are some evenings connected to it. Then we have the book, the clovers and the house. This is actually a very positive combination, what we see here. This is actually that we get a lucky break. There's some happiness coming to us. Maybe it's a little bit unexpected, because this could be sudden luck. Suddenly we receive a break. There's a lot coming to us financially, I think here. There's a lot of and also there's, if we have properties, or it's possible that these properties gain in value. This is what we see here also. This is a combination of abundance here. Also, this points, if we have social circles, our social circles will be beneficial for us financially. This is what we see here also. There is joy, there's good luck. We need to cultivate ourselves. We need to cultivate ourselves, and we need to see this as a welcome opportunity. Then we have the clovers in the house in itself here. Maybe there are certain things in the house that we like to change. If we want to change it, it's possible with this combination. It also, this combination also, it's very positive for the people around us, especially to relatives here. Family relations, if you have, if you work in a certain place also, this is positive, very good combination for colleagues who work with you. There's a lot of harmony with the colleagues. you help the colleagues progress, they help you progress. There's like a very harmonious condition here, and it could be related also to your work or to your family. So this is possible. If you have worries, had worries before, this combination means that there is a positive change. The worst is behind now. So we are in a process of renewal here. We are in a process of renewal. The heaviest burdens are behind us. Maybe there are some changes of rules. The rules can be are more lenient at this period because the house is rules. So it's possible here we are more lenient towards some rules, or rules that are applied to us, we are more lenient to apply rules, or they are more applied to us. So it's like the situation is get more easy, more smooth. This is what we see. If it was strict before, it will become more easy. It's possible also a person that is closely connected to us, most likely a family member, he has some luck or joy of life. Something is going very well for them. I'm assuming here it's a woman who has a form of luck here. So she has some things in her life, probably a family member, a female family member, and things are going very good for her in a way. This is what we see here also. Also, we see here there's a lot of enjoyment of the family, even humor in the family. That could be some fun here with the family. It's possible also that we or this relative of us is taking certain gambles. Maybe this is related to business, and this person is willing to take a gamble on something in his life. And since the clovers is here, it could work out positive, but probably there will be some efforts needed for reaching the dream. But maybe this person is thinking about it. It should be a person that is quite close to us. Then we have the man, the whip, and the moon. As we saw earlier, it's possible that we have some differences with a man. We have difference with them, or they have a difference with us, or we have differences with each other. But as we see the card here, we need to harmoniously solve it if we can, and follow the changes. It's possible also that this man, he's like an advisor, a judge, somebody who need to make decisions. It's possible he's a trainer. He trains people, or he need to make certain decisions in his life about feelings also here. What we see here, and again here, this points to that we and this man, we are making amends. With the moon here also, the harmony can be restored here with the moon. This points also a certain cycle in our life is ended. This is because the moon is a cycle. So, and it's like here, a cycle in a part of our life is ending. So this is followed up now, it's finished, and something new, changes are coming, and the changes are all positive financially and dreamlike. It's possible also that here with this combination, because the moon is dreams, and we had certain dreams, certain emotions, and it's like we need to let go of that. We have some kind of, we have difficult emotions about some things, maybe some things that we wanted to achieve with a partner, and it's not possible, and it has an emotional toll on you here. This is what we see here. Um, um, then here, coming back to your creativity, it's like you know where you need to go. We see this coming back here. It's possible that the dream that you want to follow, it requires energy. It requires energy. You need to put a lot in it, or maybe the work is quite hard. As we saw earlier, it's possible that it's related to early rise or evening. You need to like have a certain structure, because the house requires rules, regulations. So if we want to make the money, we need to apply rules on ourselves. They could be hard, but there is no choice. If we want to go for our ideals, for our dreams, sometimes it's necessary to apply certain rules, regulations here. In some cases also, this could point that one of the, if there is a certain relationship, that the partners are struggling with their individual rights. As well, the woman as the man is struggling for their individual rights. It's like a balance here need to be found, and it's not clear for both what these borders are, especially in the house. Then here, it's possible also that we have some emotional wounds related to the relationship. This is what we see here. It causes us some stress. I am assuming here this causes stress for both parties, but since we have the positive card here, it would all be resolved here, but there's some emotional stress here. We will accept the situation as it comes. Then we have the stars. Let's see here, the stars and the stork and the stars here. Here, this is a very positive line. After this is all settled, we settled our emotions, our feelings, we balanced ourselves out. Both partners did accept the transformations that are coming. This is actually a very positive line. This is a positive line as well for the man as for the woman. So for both, these changes are positive. Even if there's difficulties now, this is positive for both parties, because we can see it like this. Here for the man, it works out financially well, and for the woman, if we see it, this would mean a lot of creativity. Creativity, especially luck in the house, luck with properties, improving of value of properties. Here also, if we have properties, our property value goes up in value. It's like we feel it's gonna go up. And here then, if this is a man, this means that the man, might be connected. Also, this could point to a person who is like an astronomer, or somebody like we do here, like a card reader, or an astrologist, or an astronomer, or an astrophysicist, somebody who works with the stars, also a person who works with maps. This is possible also, what we see here, and this could actually means that this person can make money with if you do something with maps, with astronomy, astrology, astrophysics, anything that has to do with the stars. So this person has positive, because we see the money card here, this is positive, all for this person, the transformations that he's undergoing. If you would be the woman here, that this is also the same applies on you. Anyway, this points to that our dreams are materializing here. We arrive in our goals, we reach our goals. Our goals are materializing where we are going, we're making money with it. Things will get easier here also in the last line. And also both of these persons are longing for a change, for transcendence here. The process is not only physically, there's also a mental change here. There's a spiritual connection here connected to it. There's a higher destination here. This is maybe the path where these two persons need to go. Also, we follow the flow. Like whatever would happen, both. This is what we see here also. Then we have the stars and the fish in itself. Here, this is literally that we can apply, we change, we transform, we change, and we can apply our dreams. Here, it points that many blessings here are underway. This is what we see here also. There are also high hopes for wealth, and mostly with the stars, this is yes. So the changes will be positive. It's possible also that one of both partners, even there's a lot of money coming to them, the actual goal is not money. It's like more for helping. There's a helping factor here. The money is not the objective here. But of course, we need money and we need to be realistic about it also. But it's possible that it's not the actual target. Anyway, this points to spiritual insights here that we see here, spiritual insights that we get, especially to the male part here. And for the female, then it's very prosperous for creativity. Then we have the bouquet, the whip, and the fish. Here again, the problems will be resolved. It's again here, things can be renewed. There are more pleasant conversations in the futures to come. We need to balance ourselves, polite maybe. Here also this for the female, if you are the woman here in the corner, this could point that you have some arguments with your sister. Maybe these arguments are related to money. So there's maybe some disagreements, how certain budgets are spent. Maybe you are the one responsible for these budgets. And there are some arguments about that. It's like the feelings are not stroking with each other about some money that is spent or that is invested in some forms of creativity. Maybe it's about the gamble that we saw here. Maybe we disagree. So this is possible here also with this combination. It's possible also with this combination that we are buying some things for dress ourselves more up, like we buy more clothes, we buy maybe some jewelry. This is possible also, or perfumes. If we buy perfumes, then they would be quite strong because it's with the whip, for making ourselves more attractive here. This is possible also. Here also we could see like again creativity, put a lot of work. Here also the female, the woman here, she wants that things are happening correct and right with money here. It can point here to the house here. So this is what we see here also. It's like everything needs to be judged out related to the money. It needs to be just here. If you have certain persons that criticize you, it's possible also that you charm them. This is possible, or you try to charge them. In another way, if there is some certain forms of aggression coming to you, it's possible that it's smoothed out. This is what it points also. We saw this already. It's like there's a kindness here. There's a sugar coating here. Then we have the whip and the fish on itself. This could point to financial challenges, not necessarily financially losses, but we need to decide something about money. As I said earlier, there could be some arguments with relatives. We see that over money here. This is what we see here again. Maybe we disagree about the way they put efforts into it and the way they invest money. This is possible also what we see here. Anyway, the arguments would be with a female person about money. In another way, it could mean that we are deciding, body-like, this is to work out more. Maybe we decide to go to the gym, or we decide to do something that actually costs money. It's possible because we have the money card there for adjusting our body. This is possible also. Also, we have C possibilities here because the whip is 2, that we have multiple streams of income. So not only our job, but we add a source of money. It's possible also that this is our sister that has multiple sources of income. What do we see here? Also, sometimes this points that we have, and it's not necessarily needed, that we have a form of guilt because we have it better than other persons. But we should not, because maybe this is meant to be. We should not have guilt about that, and we don't necessarily need to share everything always. Maybe this is our destiny. We should not share everything. Anyway, here we see there's a need for balance. Sometimes also, this could point that we want to put ourselves in a better financial situation. Maybe this could point to night works, and we have some opportunities for working at night. And with these opportunities at working in the evening or in the night, we can balance if we are in some form of deficit or a situation financially that is not so good for the moment now. We have possibilities here to balance our accounts, or our if we have certain difficult situation, we will be able to work them out. Here also this points that we can hide certain monies. Then we have the stork, the whip, and the house. Here there's a resolving here again from problems in the house. We see the resolving here again. It's possible also that one partner has problems with the changes that are about to come. Maybe difficulties to accept. Maybe this person, because the house sometimes it can be a little bit rigid, like unable to change. So it's possible that one of the both partners has difficulties with the changes that are presented in life. This is what we see here. But I think here these changes, because these are changes on the longer run, but they are about to come. But I think the changes will come in a certain structure, because the house is structured. But here it's possible that one of both has difficulties here with accepting the situation as it is. If you have a child, however, I didn't mention it before because sometimes the stork represents also a child or a baby. It's possible that you are experiencing some difficulties with your baby or with your child. This is what is also possible here. In your house, then itself, because the bird is a change, a return, the stork is a migrating bird. So it means he comes back where he's born and he go back for overwintering in another place. So it's possible the situation in your house or in your environment, because of certain changes, is coming back like it was before. So the rules and the regulations that you had before are coming back. The situation goes back to the old norm, like that, the old values here. There's an inner change here that we see here. Maybe we have difficulties with this process, as we saw here earlier. Maybe the situation was not easy for us before. We ourselves experienced this as not easy or bad, but actually this is all meant to be, because we have the stars here. But anyway, we will move on. We will cross limits. This is a positive ending here of the cycle. Then we have the whip and the house. Yeah, we see again here. This sometimes can point to a halfway house. It's possible that one of the both parties, they have maybe more than one property, or one of the both partners is not yet at his final destination, or it could be both. This could point to a person who has more than one house or more than one home, or this person lives at more than one place. This is what we see here also with this combination. It's like one of both here, or both are halfway. And also it's possible that one of both partners, as we saw earlier, is a little bit more to the conservative side. So Pisces, for the stone group, this is all. Now a lot of changes to come here, changes that evolve in a positive way and in more money. If that interests you, there are possibilities being creative here, making money, a lot of changes. Even the changes are not easy. They end up in a very positive way. This is very positive. Lane, if the difficulties are past and you apply harmony in the situation, it will end out very well for you. So Pisces, for the stone group, this is all for this month. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for doing so. If this card reading don't fit you at all, check out the other 3 card readings that are following here also. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you next month or for the financial card reading. Thank you, and thank you for watching my videos. Hello Pisces, and welcome to the matches or the fire group for the month of October 2021. Before we start, I want to mention, I mentioned in every group, that Mercury is still running retrograde, started on 27th of September and this up to 18 October. It's not a good time during that period for signing contracts, agreements, anything you need to put your name under for officializing. It's not a good thing to do so. You will also see that your bus is late, your flight is canceled, packages that you need to receive at home are are not coming, they are delivered at the wrong destination, the containers is wrong. These are all things that are happening during Mercury retrograde. Also, it's not a good idea to buy cell phones, household equipments like laundry machines. Why? Because they are connected to the warranty and maybe something goes wrong with the warranty. Anyway, the general idea here is to stay away from contracts in general. If, however, for some reason you're obligated to sign a contract or you have no choice, double, triple check the fine print, because maybe afterwards you have regrets, you didn't see certain clauses in the contract, you want to get out, you cannot anymore. If you want to get out, you need to pay fines. So be careful, and my advice to you, if you can avoid, don't sign any contracts during that period. Anyway, here we go now for the matches or the fire group for October. The first card that we see here is the card from is the mountain. The mountain can represent delays, but it can also represent abroad, the internet. And I'm thinking here, this is connected because we see the book here is like online learning. Maybe this group is connected to online learning. And the message here, the first message that we get here, but we come later into details, is that we need to focus on this study online. We need to keep our attention to it. Anyway, maybe it's related to abroad, this study. This is possible also. Here we need to stand firm here. This is what this says here. We need to, if our target or our goal is studying, we need to focus on this one. There might be some problems here that we need to overcome. But here all is that we need to pursue this study. It's possible, even if it's difficult, that we are stubborn and we follow, and this is also maybe the best thing to do. Then we see the book here itself. This points to a certain study. It also points to certain secrets. We pursue something that we want to discover, and we have a strong focus on it here. It hides something, or maybe we are hiding the study that we are doing. But anyway, it educates, it's about education or something that we are hiding or that is hidden from us. This is possible. We are in search for certain truths. We seek answers, and we should focus on doing so. Anyway, these are two slower cards. The book is slowly to go open. The mountain is a slow thing to climb. So we need to be patient here and pursue with our target. So then we come to the mountain and the garden in itself. Here this points to literally a place in abroad. It can also mean a place on the internet, a group that we are sharing with. And this actually brings us luck. It's protected. It's like it's meant to be here with this combination. Anyway, maybe the learning or the situation in abroad is a little bit cold. There's a little bit of distance with this learning or with this group, because the mountain is cold, it's distant, it's far away. So there are some challenges. Maybe you feel there's not enough contact with these people directly. But anyway, the advice here, as we saw earlier, is to pursue with it. Also, this means before maybe we, because we have a lot of situations now with the viruses, it's possible that after a long time you spend on yourself, you decide to go more in the open. And it's a positive thing to do here. This is what we do. Maybe before there were some obstacles, but we decide now to interact more. If we would travel, if this would mean travel, this could point to that you travel maybe to not necessarily a cold area, but to a mountain area where it's cooler. This is possible, but it could literally be a mountain resort also here. It's also possible that you have less contact with certain social groups. Maybe it's you who decide this, to have less contact with certain groups. And maybe this is a positive decision. This is literally also in for some other people here, if it's related to that, that with certain facts of your life, you come out of the closet and the result will be positive. So this is what we see here also. It's possible that you share this problem with another person, maybe with a partner, and you tackle the problem together. Then we have the garden and the clover on itself. It's possible if you are on the internet or if you are in abroad, that there are some lucky meetings. It suddenly comes to you and a person comes up to you and it's like it's immediately, that's what you were looking for. It's beneficial, like as it say, it's like we were looking for it, we wish to find it, and we find it, like there's a streak of luck here. And also it points, as we said earlier, that our social life is improving in a positive way here. It also could point to that you are popular in certain media groups or certain groups online. There's opportunities there in this social sphere. Also, this points, also we need to be careful if we expose certain things on the internet, that it's not dangerous for us to expose these things. So be careful what you put on the internet or what you show on the internet. Maybe here, because with the book we get the advice here in the middle not to share everything, maybe especially related to emotions, art, creativity. So be careful if you put something on the internet, remember it's there forever and you cannot remove it anymore once you put it on there. Anyway, this points to a lot of public entertainment. You have a lot of networking here. There's some things that you will totally agree with, but be careful. As I said, don't reveal everything. It's best to reveal it at the right time. At the right time comes with the things on the out of the closet, especially if it's related to your work, to your creativity, to things that are emotionally connected to you. Be careful with those things, because the book tells us to keep it, to not expose everything, and the mountain tells us do it in a quiet, relaxed, and overthought way. Then we have the heart and the book, and the moon. The heart and the book is here. This is a person. Maybe that if this is about a love relationship, a person or you yourself, you will reveal your feelings and your intentions to a certain person. I'm assuming here that it's a man who reveals his feeling towards a woman. This is what I'm assuming here, but it don't necessarily need to be like that. Sometimes it's reversed in the cards. It can also be a man who reverses his woman who reverses her feelings to a man. Anyway, here with the book, this is like a romantic, some romantic feelings that are revealed here, and also this is a positive laying for relationship. It's positive. The feelings are mutual. We think the same, because the moon is like-mindedness. So we feel the same as this person, and probably also we have the same secrets, because the book keeps secrets, and the secrets are probably shared here. This is what we see here. It's possible that not everything, but I see no disturbing cards here, except a little bit of delays. But I think everything from the beginning is not immediately revealed, but actually these two persons think alike. This is what we see here. It's like a secret love here. We will get to more know about love. It could have been already for a longer time going on, and now this person is finally revealing her or his feelings to you. It's like the love is still emerging more. This person may be already a long time a secret admirer of you, or you of him, maybe this was a covered affair. You hide it before. This is possible also. There could also be a conflict in feelings here, that you want to set your feelings correct. You're a little bit conflicted here about it. Also, this points to compassionate. You're compassionate towards each other. You want to help each other because the heart helps. You want to help each other. Some things will not be revealed. Maybe you're scared for coming out with your emotions because the moon is a little, the mountain here is a little bit distant. So maybe you want to make sure, and you want to be sure that there are no more clouds. You overthink it well. You think like, it's like you're reasoning about it here. Maybe it's like you want to be sure that it's the understanding, the feelings that you have are understood by both. This is what we see here. It's like we need to accept here the person like he really is, and he need to understand us. But I think there is here, but it's like it's going slow because the mind is connected to the heart here. So then we have the book and the moon on itself. This is like a very good proposal here that we get. It's important here, a proposal of the heart. In a way, in another way, the book is secrets, and the moon is the way our mind works. This could be a study related to psychology then. This is what we see here, or how the mind works. This is what we see here, or we get to know more about how the mind of the other person works. But if it's related to the study online, it's probably related to how the mind works. It's like you want to discover the secrets of the mind for helping others. This is what we see here. Sometimes also this could point to maybe you have a job, a work that is not officially on the books. Maybe you have a work, you work as a sideline, but it's not, it's like undeclared work here. This is what we see here also. This also points that our teachers, they see our potential, and we are receiving honors from them. They see that this is for us the right path. This is what we see here also with this combination. It's possible also that you come in public, that you are suddenly in public and you are recognized. Maybe you're a little bit shy about it and confused, but it's possible that this is the study is really fitting you, and suddenly you're in the middle of the group. This is if you are a teacher already, if you would be a teacher already of some kind, it's possible that you receive recognition here for your work. This is possible also that we see here. Anyway, things will get clear for you. You will discover some secrets. Sometimes also you will take some time off. Maybe it's a heavy study because the moon is heavy. And if you rest, things will clear up. You study, you rest, you digest things. This is what we see here. Here this points also to a non-fictional book. So this is like study, the books are serious, they have depth, the books have depth. Also, even if you study, next to the study, you will still read, you will inform yourself more. This is what we see here also. Then we have the letter, the crossroads and the clouds. Here, this points that if we are in a certain situation, multiple offers will be made to us. If you already have a degree and you're still studying in the side, it's possible that you already get some offers and you don't know exactly what you need to do with this. You don't know what to decide. But as we saw earlier, you need to focus on the study. This is not saying that you cannot take certain opportunities, but here it says it's offered to you already. And these are consequences here. These decisions, if you make a decision, it will have a very big impact on you. If you go along with it, with the study or with the changes that are coming here to you, it will have a very big impact on you. But here we are, we need to pay attention here to it, and we need to focus on it. We need to let it work in our mind. We need to think about it. Maybe we need to let it rest for a while in our mind before we take the decision, because the book tells us to go slow, and the mountain also not to. Here the book don't reveal everything yet, but you will already receive some offers here. Anyway, this points to documents, a job offer, official documents, because the letter is not like an email. This is an official document that is coming to you. So this is an official offer with the moon. It's probably a work offer that is offered to you, and you need to think if you will accept, because probably you're still educating yourself more. So you will need to think about the outcome. But with the book in the middle, it's difficult to decide, because we probably don't have all the facts yet. And here the clouds, it can clouds our judgment, because we don't have all the facts yet. So it's up to you, but these are what is said here, what is offered to you in the cards. This means that literally news is coming to you. It will probably bring you a little bit of confusion that you get this job offer. It will confuse you, but here it says that you need to overthink it wisely, because it will have a certain big impact on you. It will have an impact, a change of life on you. This is communication about the choice you want to make, or you need to make, or you will be able to make. This is like you want to also you want to express something. Maybe your creativity is involved in it, because the moon is also creativity. Also, if you are put in front of a choice for making something public or not, it's best not to do so now, because the book tells us to wait it out. And also the mountain says take it slow, and we have the clouds here also. So if you need to announce something and you're not sure, you don't feel it's the right time to decide, probably that's right. It's not the right time. So this is what we see here also. Then we have the crossroads and the clouds in itself. Here we need to be careful, as I said earlier, that we don't take the wrong decisions. If we take maybe the wrong decisions, it could have some complications that we don't like. So we need to be careful here with taking decisions. I don't say there's any danger, but maybe this decision that you need to take, it don't turn out as you want it to turn out. So maybe indecisiveness is not bad here. Also, if we go on the road here, if you displace yourself, sometimes also it points to that there's some fog on the road. We need to be careful if we travel. This is what we see here also with this combination. Then we have the mountain, the heart, and the letter. It's possible if you declare, maybe that's why it's difficult. And if the person that you love or you like is in abroad, it's difficult to communicate with this person. Maybe this person literally lives in abroad, because the mountain can live in abroad. If that, maybe this could be a document to travel. This could be then the visa. It's possible that you have plans to visit this person. This is possible also with this combination. This could mean, I told you, this could mean a document that has value. Literally, it could mean a travel document, and then this would mean the visa. Here, anyway, this points to traveling. Can also, if it's more on the local front, it could mean that you travel to a lover or a loved one in another city, or somebody you like. But for away, it's not easy to get there. Maybe because of your studying, but there's some difficulties here to get there. If it's job-like, this is like we need to go there. It's like our calling. It's like we need to go there in abroad. Maybe we want to see this lover, but for some reason, it's not easy to go there. Maybe it's related to the viruses that we have here now. Maybe that's why, but there's like a blockage here for going there. But anyway, I think it's possible, but we need to wait it out for a while. It's like we cannot force it now, this moving. We cannot force it. We cannot force it. We need to wait till the right time. This is what the cards are suggesting, because you cannot see the whole picture yet, because the mountain is high, the book hides, and the clouds are covering it up. So this line is all, we need to wait till we have all the facts. This is what it says. Anyway, coming back to this combination here. So it's not easy here. We try to get through to the person. If we cannot see the person, we will write letters. We will write information to that person. And this information that we write to that person is serious. It's meant, it's from the heart, because the letter is serious and the mountain is heavy. So the information that we share with this person, it's serious. We mean what we say here. Maybe we are stubborn here to communicate with this person, even though it's difficult. Then here, and I mean that in a positive way, then we have the heart and the letter on itself. Here we see again, as we see here, that somebody shares their feeling with us. It's like love letters, serious love letters. Maybe sometimes you're a little bit confused about it, not confused, but the containers is serious, and you think, oh, this is really serious. This person is really serious with me. This is what we see here also. Maybe this person is in love with you, or you both are in love. And also, if you have the patience, it could mean happiness is on to come, general happiness. There's a kindness here, a kindness of the heart. You really want to go there because the document is there, the moving is there, the moving cards are here. It's possible also that this person invites you there, that they want you to come there and you want to go there. In some cases, this is like, this could be like an engagement. You're invited to engage. The messages are that coming from abroad are warm, affectionate communication we see here. Also, there's compassion. Maybe there's one of the two lovers here has an issue and they are compassionate towards each other. Maybe they help each other. One of the two persons helps financially, because this could mean money. This is a document that you can translate in money. So it's possible that the persons help each other with money. Even if the communication is difficult, we will let the other one know that we like or we love each other. Then we come in the garden, the book, and crossroads. Here we see again, this is a public study. We study something in public in a group. This could also, excuse me, this could also point to an office. As I said, maybe you have a certain job, an office job. Also, this points that we need to focus on our task, because if we focus on our task, it will bring positive changes to us. Also, some things that you don't know yet will be revealed to you. Some things that are hidden for the moment, for now, will clear up for you, and they will become public knowledge that will influence your decision. This is what we see here also. This points also to an intellectual community. So the communication with these people, it's like a certain group, they have a certain standard, they are on your level, or they are in your education group. You are part of that group, and there's like the conversations are intellectual, and you will come in another situation with this. This could also be a virtual classroom here that we see here. But anyway, there's books, there's libraries, there's knowledge involved here. Public knowledge will come to you that is secret, and you can apply this knowledge, and it will bring changes for you. This is what we see here. We saw that already earlier. There are secrets here who are coming to you. Maybe some things that you will learn are not meant to make public, but maybe it's professional knowledge. So this is what we see here also. It also means that you will see some information in journals that might inflect, or newspapers or online, that affect your decision. You will come in certain societies, intellectual societies here, for certain peoples or certain groups that are on the same level as you. And this means that the whole group has access to the same information. Here we make a new direction with these two cards. We don't know very well what we need to decide with all this knowledge. It's not clear which decision we need to make. And as I told earlier, it's best not to make the decision before we have all the facts. This is what we see here also. We have opportunities here to expand ourselves. Then we have the clovers and the moon. The clovers is a card of protection. This is a card of honors, the moon, the way our mind works. So here, there's like an empowerment here. We feel that our mind is strong, our mind works strong. We must see that we move slow, and that we don't interrupt our own progress here. Don't doubt yourself, even if you don't see your destination yet. Don't doubt yourself. Follow your path, follow what you know, follow what you want to do, the study or whatever it is here, and don't doubt yourself. If you do, you will be respected for your decisions and your achievements here. It's possible also that certain groups of people where you're functioning it, that you suddenly receive gratitude, or they are suddenly grateful to you, or that they suddenly honor you. This is possible also. It could come quite suddenly. There's a promotion here possible also at your work. It's like an unexpected moment of fame here that we see here. It will make you happy, this moment of fate. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't fear what is coming, even if you don't see yet where it's bringing you, but don't be scared. The fear that you feel might be not grounded. It's only in your mind. This is what it says also. But the stroke of luck that you have here it's important. If you need to make certain choices, this points to a lucky guess. This could what it means also. And also you need to see you get enough rest here. You can study, you can work, but you also need to see you have enough rest. If you can take a nap time to time, even if you work hard, you should. You should see that you get enough sleep. Then we have the moon and the clouds here. As I said here, you will feel a little bit confused. We need to see, especially with the mountain here, that we keep our foot on the ground. We need to keep our feet on the ground here. Don't get confused, keep your feet on the ground. Don't be nervous about certain situation, keep your feet on the ground. You need to understand yourself here. You're learning important lessons here about yourself, and keep your feet on the ground. It will lead you in the right direction here. If you feel that you need to adjust certain goals in your life because you made certain decisions, adjust them. Don't keep stuck to it. You need to see you stand ground, you do, but if you need to make certain decisions and they are important, also take the decisions. Don't stay where you are if it negatively influences you. This is what it says also here. It's a little bit contradictory here, but things will reveal themselves as time comes. It's like the veil here is lifted. This is what we see here. And maybe now you feel a little bit confused. It's also possible that is connected here to your love life, and you feel a little bit confused about your love life. Things will clear up at the right time. This is what we see here. Even if you are confused, you will see later on it will all work out. Then we have the mountain and the book. It's possible here, if you do some exploration in abroad or in another place, that you have not yet been to this place. So this travel would be new for you. Also, you will learn some things. If you want to learn here, this means that a lot of knowledge is coming to you. A lot of hidden knowledge is coming to you. You will learn a lot of things, but you need to stand your ground here. It's a slower process. Sometimes the studies, maybe it's an additional study, and it's progressing slow. It's possible that everything is a little bit delayed. If you experience some difficulties, go through with it. This is what we always see coming back here. Focus, be stubborn about this. Even if you yourself, you classify it as difficult, go through with it. Even if you cannot see clear. Certain things you will have no choice here but sorting out. And it's important here that you watch the details here. You watch the details. In another way, this can point to your exam or your test here. You are tested or you're examined about your knowledge. Also, we need to see that if we take a certain exam, we don't misinterpret the questions. So be careful for that also. This also points to autodidact, that you educate yourself autodidact, you learn a lot of yourself, additional. And some topics related to the study may not interest you, but maybe they are needed. Then we have the clovers and the book. This points to happy coincidence. It answers a wish for something you study. Again, we come there again, or a secret is revealed here. This points also, we already saw before, lucky guess, and here it's the guess again, but this then one is an educated guess. So here, at a certain point, you will need to make a guess. Maybe it's in an exam, it's possible, and you need to take, like, you doubt. And then here, this laying says, trust your mind and take the educated guess. This is what it says here. The information could come out of a little book. This is what it says also. You find what you are looking for. Again, here we have opportunities for more learning. It's possible also in a way that you literally gamble on the exam. But here the cards say to you, just go to the educated guess. So see, you have some information here. Then we have the book and the letter on itself. This could point to surprising news. I'm thinking here, this is positive news that we are getting, especially because we have the clovers there. So this distant learning will end in a positive way. So what we see more here, there's a lot of connections here with publishers also. This is connecting with publishers, with people, documents, contracts. And in a way, this could also literally point to your degree. We did not come there, but this could literally point to the degree that you are receiving. These are learning certificates, real books also. You will have additional real books, physical books. The document that you will be receiving will be official. There will be a lot of intellectual discussions. The document is to be trusted. Here also, that I told you earlier, this is a visa. Again, we see this here. This is a visa, a ticket to move around, a visa to move around. This comes back here also. You will make some promises. It's possible that you make some financial promises to people. This is possible here also. Possible that some hidden money come to you. Maybe you receive money or you give money and you don't want to know that you give this money, or you receive money and you don't want it to be known that you receive this money. In a way, here, this points also that you engage yourself in a contract with certain businesses, and you don't want other people to know that you are involved in these contracts. You keep it to yourself. This is possible also. It's like you're hiding a part of the agreement. You don't tell the whole truth to everybody. This is what we see here also. But anyway, any secrets for you will be revealed. So, Pisces, for the fire group, this is all how it's a little bit mysterious here, but it works out all well. You need to focus. You need to focus on your feelings. You have a lot of luck here. You are protected. There's a lot of knowledge here. You need to pursue with your goals for studying or for revealing the secrets. So, Pisces, for the fire group, this is all for this month. I hope you enjoyed this card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are following here. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you in my other videos about the financial card readings. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye for now.